What's up, guys? It's Chachi Power here to do a review for CollectionDX, and today we have Ultra Act Zamsher. This is one of the newer releases on the Ultra Act line of figures. I've done a couple of reviews of the other ones, so check those out. But today, like I said, we're going to be focusing on Zamsher. I think I'm saying that right because it's actually spelled Z-A-M-S-H-E-R, which is Zamsher. But I think the Japanese correct way of saying it, I guess, slowly is Zamusha. And I guess when you just say it normal, it's Zamsha. Something like that. But anyway, this is not a Japanese lesson here. It's actually a toy review. So let's get to opening this. Well, first I'll show you the box. This is the box. It's got a basic Ultra Act type box. Thin with some pictures on the side, much more pictures on the back, and that's pretty much it. Then once we open it, we are greeted with a nice modern plastic tray showing the figure and its contents, and you get this little silvery backing plate with the instructions out back. Don't think I'll be needing instructions, I hope. So here is the figure. Let's take this top shell off and pull the figure out. This has the same like strong PVC smell I always talk about in my other reviews of the Ultra Act. Yeah, this is no different. It's very PVC smelling, which is cool. I like the PVC smell. But right off the bat, guys, this figure is tons more solid than the other figures I've reviewed for Ultra Act. That may have to do with the design. He's a little bit thicker molded than the other figures, but still, this is how the other figures should have been out of the box. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Especially the first one, which I'm assuming, you know, they've gotten complaints about the first couple releases, so they fixed it. But anyway, so you can see this is not floppy at all. If I did this with the Ultraman Ultra Act, it would have probably split in half right here in the waist. But yeah, so here's a figure. I'm going to start off with basics, articulation, stuff like that. So articulation, you have this top head piece here, which is on a ball joint. You have the head also connected to the neck here, which is on a ball joint. So you got two points of articulation there, and the head moves around. Now it's somewhat limited because of the side of the helmet here hits on the side, but I mean, whatever, it's good enough. Then you have the shoulder pieces, which are not on ball joints. You can see they're on little hinges there, and they move around. This one actually pops up when I bring it down. And same thing on this side. This one's a little shorter in length than this side. And for shoulder, you have the up and down of the inner shoulder. Then you got the outer shoulder movement, which is limited by that hinge I just showed you. So this is as far as it's going to go up on that side. Then you have the double jointed elbow, which gives a fair amount of articulation. It's a little stiff on this one, but there you go. Then you have the typical Ultra Act ball joint here for the wrist. Then you have the upper chest movement, also swivels to the side somewhat, still a bit limited. Then you have the waist. Like I said, this is a lot sturdier than the last couple of figures I've had from this line. And you also have articulated skirt pieces here, which is a really nice touch. I'll get more into what I think about the details on this in a second. Then you have the ball jointed hips, which allow a good range of movement. Also the double jointed knee, and you have an ankle swivel here side to side, and you have the toe, but this toe is a little less articulated than the other releases. Now, as I was saying, the detail is very good. This is, aside from the figure being a lot stiffer and nicer feeling than the other figures, the detail on this also surpasses the other releases. And it may just be the design of the figure, but really the paint applications and the amount of detail. I mean, just look at the top of his hands here. A lot of little cool little details there that the other figures did not have. And like I said, it might be just because this design is a lot more detailed than the plain Ultraman, but I mean, just overall, just the paint, everything, just the solidity of the feel is much better. So yeah, and I guess, you know, with that, we can move on to his accessories. First piece of accessory I'm going to show you guys is this little hair piece up top, which is a lot more aggressive than the normal "hey, how you doing" type here. So we'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. Pop that off, pop that one on. Instantly a lot more aggressive, a lot more cooler looking. And what else has he got? I guess I'll show you the different hands he has. I'm not going to go crazy changing them. You guys know how that works anyway. If you've been watching any kind of review on toys, you'll know all the various fists and whatnots that come with the figure. You got the little fisty thing here. You got the relaxed hand, which all the hands also have all the little bits and details here on the top of the hand. Pretty decent sculpt, nothing outrageous. You got the open hand. Got another fist here, and let's see what else. There's actually a couple more. Another relaxed hand, and well, actually this one's even more relaxed. So I guess this is a relaxed open hand, and this is a "hey, I'm sleeping, I'm dead" type of hand. So, oh, can't forget the last bit of accessory here, which is actually pretty cool. Is his sword here with his the hell's this called, a sheath or whatever, and voila, pull that sucker out just like that. Really nice sword, really small, very fine, very detailed, really nice. The blade has a nice crease right here, which you know, gives it a nice scale look, which I always like. The little silver piece at the tip to accent it, and a little cloth wrap here, which is not real cloth, it just looks like it. So yeah, let's put that back in there, and I'm going to show you what this guy looks like with you know, posing the sword and stuff like that. Now if you notice out back here, he's got a little hole, and that hole is for this to attach to. So we'll go ahead and put that there so you guys can check it out. So that looks pretty neat back there. You can always go ahead and grab the sword whenever he needs it. So let's go ahead and test that sword out. Put it in his hand. Pop this sucker out. Place it in his hand. And there you go. And basically at this point you're going to want to pose him any which way you want to get that certain pose you want. You know, certain samurai pose that you might like. And there's no stanza for this figure, so I'm sure you can use any basic figure stand, which are widely available even from Bandai, and just do whatever it is that you want to do with this figure. Now, aside from that, there's not very much to say about this figure. It's just a figure. It's a cool figure of Zamsher, and like I said, it's much more detailed than the other releases. So if you've been discouraged by even just buying the first Ultraman, that shouldn't stop you from moving up in the line, especially if you're into the newer Ultraman stuff. I'm not a big fan of the newer stuff. I'm more a fan of the older stuff, but this is definitely a nice figure. So, like I said, don't let the first one discourage you. The figures do get better and better each release, and this is no exception. And overall, pretty good figure. a little bit pricey, but we're all used to that, I guess, you know, when we buy stuff from Japan. But that pretty much brings us to the end of the review, guys. That's not much more to say about this figure. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back soon with more. Bye-bye. Alright guys, just a quick update. I've just completed the photographs for the written review, which I did straight after the video portion of the review, which you guys just saw. And here are the updates. Figure still pretty solid after all the posing for the pictures. Has loosened up a bit, but it's, as you can see, it's still solid. The only piece that has loosened up is the head, which as you can see, it's pretty loose. So I had a tough time keeping the head down during the pictures because of the weight of the back here. But you know, just thought I would let you guys know. But overall, everything else stays pretty firm after a few posings. But I guess, as with any figure, you can expect some loosening over time. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Anyway, bye.